Hey everybody, it's Jeff, the Horrorphile 666. This video is going to be another my thoughts, basically. This time I chose Charlton Heston and the Omega Man. The film is from 1971. Yeah, so this is basically, it's a take on a novel that was written by Richard Matheson called I Am Legend. This was not really the first one. This is, I think, like the second or so film that was based off of I Am Legend at that time, being from 1971. There was a Vincent Price movie like from the 60s that I forgot what it was called, like Last Man on Earth or something like that, and it was pretty close to this, but this one has Charlton Heston in it and Rosalind Cash as well, and it's just fantastic. You know, that's the big reason why I picked it up on Blu-ray. First, I was a little bit skeptical. I figured, well, you know, how good is the transfer going to look? Basically, it's from the 70s, and, you know, we're in the modern times now, but it actually came out phenomenal. It's really like watching a whole new movie all over again. And the part that I really thought was very cool was, you know, some of the survivors from the biological warfare, basically, they're called the family, and they wear like these cloaks and stuff, and like they're very susceptible to light, and they can only really come out when it's dark. You know, they have almost like an albino look to them, even more pale than that. And yeah, so basically this takes place in California, and Charlton Heston, he plays the role of Robert Neville. And, you know, basically he thinks either he's the last man on Earth or one of the last, you know, surviving people on Earth. And then, you know, he goes around, like, looking for supplies and looking to see if there's any survivors. Basically, if you've seen, like, I Am Legend, it's very similar to it. It's just, of course, like, way more old school because, you know, you're talking the 1970s here. I really do like I Am Legend as well. If you guys want, in time, I can probably review that one too. I know that's kind of more known than the Omega Man, but anyway, yeah. So like he's, you know, searching around for survivors, and I think in the movie he's like some kind of chemist or, you know, involved in you know, the whole like biological warfare stuff that was going on. Like he has a lab and things where he lives. He's in like, he made this big compound type of thing out of a building, and it's, you know, one of the biggest buildings in the area, and he's really well secured. He has a backup generator which runs on gasoline, and you know, it's very well secured. It's like gated off, and he has you know, different booby traps and things, because at night the family comes out, and they're like against what he's trying to do. Basically, they want him dead, and like he has a number of run-ins with them all the time, and sometimes he has to kill them or, you know, beat them up and different things, and, you know, he's really not safe. That's why he really keeps himself, you know, well hidden, and he mainly just does his traveling around in the daytime, and you know, once the evening draws near, he tries to get back as fast as he can, you know, to avoid having the family interact with him and try to kill him or hurt him. Or, and then in the movie you get the idea, like they don't really say it, but like, you know, you get the feeling that maybe he was possibly captured by them one other time and escaped, or maybe he did have a few other run-ins and, you know, really was beaten up badly and things. And there's one day he's going around the town again, and he stops in a store for some clothing, and he spots this African-American woman, and first he could swear that she's a mannequin, and upon second and third take he realizes it is a woman, and he ends up like tracking her down and stuff, and then, you know, it takes a little while for her really to, you know, agree with some of the things that he's saying, but he brings her back to his place, and, you know, they have a nice meal and the whole thing, and they're sort of getting to know each other, but still she really has her guard up, you know. And then she lets him know that there's, you know, some other survivors, and she was basically just kind of roaming around town looking for supplies herself. And there's a boy that has the sort of like the beginnings of the disease that eventually kills you. I don't know if it's from fallout or from whatever, you know, biological warfare, nuclear stuff. And you know, he's slowly starting to turn. You know, some people just die from it, and some people end up turning into, you know, what the people in the family basically are. Like they're very much kind of like practicing their own religion, their own beliefs and things, but they do believe in violence. And you know, so as a result of that, it turns out that he realizes that it seems like he's pretty much immune to what's all going on, because he's not really affected. He's very healthy, and he realizes after a while that his blood could be used as a serum, maybe to you know, do blood transfusions and reverse the effects of the you know, disease or what have you. I don't really know what you want to call it, but just, you know, the long-lasting after effects of the fallout or whatever the hell is going on. And then it turns out that he is able to cure the one African American boy, and then he sees all these other people, like somewhere up in the mountains, kind of, you know, way further away from the city, and you know, they end up building like a sort of like a compound there together, and he makes the serum, and then what ends up happening, actually, he dies, and there is, you know, enough serum so that way, you know, one or two other people can, I guess, have it, and then they can use their blood as the serum and kind of, you know, just move on with life and things. I know that's a major spoiler there. You know, like I said, each video I'm going to put may contain spoilers, you know, in the description box and stuff. So, you know, from the last one even that I did of the ruins, and even this one, and from now on, I'm going to say, you know, probably 7 times out of 10 there'll be spoilers and stuff. So, but yeah, I mean, don't let this like throw you off and say, oh, it's probably crap because it's from the 70s and I don't care kind of thing. It's definitely worth watching, definitely worth buying. Even if you're not really a big fan of I Am Legend or I Am Omega or The Last Man on Earth, you know, movies like that, definitely still give this a try, because this was really, I think, a refreshing take on it. And out of the 3, 4, 5, whatever films that have been made that are very similar to the novel, you know, this one isn't really the closest, I guess. I mean, like, they tried real hard, but, you know, like how Hollywood, they get something, you know, they get the ball rolling, and then things start to change, more or less. You know, different scenes have to be shot differently, or, you know, conflicts with maybe cast members or crew and different things like that. Like, they don't want to really keep it 100% to the book, you know, I guess maybe to put some more action in it or some more dialogue scenes and things, but overall it really was fantastic. Some of the music in it's pretty cool too. It's got like that sort of, you know, almost like funk kind of, you know, 70s groove going on, and it's not too bad. I mean, this isn't exactly a horror. I guess you could call it something like a post-apocalyptic film, you know, along with some action elements and even some drama thrown in. But you know, movies of this nature, like post-apocalyptic stuff, and, you know, some thrillers, and even some like sci-fi horror, I basically just group it in with all my horror stuff. So yeah, that's my review for 1971 Charlton Heston and the Omega Man. Well, not exactly a review, it's basically my thoughts on it. And you know, please comment, rate, and subscribe. And I'd really like to know what everybody's opinion is of this movie that has seen it. And yeah, so I hope everybody's week is going well, and things are looking up out there. We've had some nice weather. I know in New York State, the kids are going to be going back to school on Wednesday, so, you know, everybody here is from, you know, different parts of the world and things. But yeah, so, you know, just keep me posted on what you guys have been up to, and looking forward to seeing your comments. Thanks a lot. Bye.